This episode of Earth 911 TV is brought to you by Dell Reconnect, computer recycling made easy.
Hey folks, I'm John P., and on today's episode of Earth 911, we're tackling yard care tips.
But it's winter.
Yeah, I know. Right now it's about 27 degrees in Dallas, so you don't need to remind me that it's winter and we're talking about lawn care. Our lawn is crunchy with frost right now, but that's why it's the perfect time for creating a plan of attack for the spring, because some of our tips will take a little investment in time before they're ready to go. But first, if you've got a lawn full of leaves, they're worth real money. I know most of the time we all just bag them up or blow them down the street, but don't do that, at least not all the time. Take the grass catcher off your mower and run it over the leaves to mulch them up into tiny pieces that can fall down between the blades of grass and be absorbed as nutrients back into the soil. It's all natural and completely free fertilizer to hold your hungry plants over for the winter and feed them on into spring. Be careful not to do it when there's a huge, thick layer of leaves. You don't want to smother your grass. So if you need, bag it all up and then start mulching periodically after that. While we're talking fertilizer, I realize you don't want just any old thing to grow, so for weeds that just won't die, Natural News suggests you spray them with undiluted white vinegar. Just be sure not to spray too much vinegar. It doesn't discriminate between weeds and grass. It'll kill everything you spray it on, except important stuff like kids and pets. By the way, in the spring, before dandelions start growing, sprinkle corn gluten on your lawn to prevent them from germinating. Corn gluten also prevents crabgrass. Oh, speaking of things that are annoying, coffee drinkers. No, I'm not calling you annoying. In fact, you can do your part to kill pests. Just dump your coffee grounds in the garden. The scent will repel critters like ants and slugs and cats. Plus, you'll be putting those perfectly boiled nutrients back into rotation, and your other plants will probably enjoy the caffeine boost too. Okay, one last tip for you today. How about automating your sprinkler system to bring it into the 21st century? A new company called Sprinkle just launched a Kickstarter project to bring artificial intelligence to your lawn. The Sprinkle automated irrigation controller promises to use less water, prevent runoff and soil erosion, and generally just make your life easier by turning your yard into a data gathering machine that knows when, where, and how much to water. These new web-connected sprinkler systems will check the weather, probe the soil, get updated water restrictions for your area, and even monitor the water pressure to alert you to broken sprinkler heads. It slices, it dices, and makes your lawn look like you really do have a green thumb. So you can show up that annoying neighbor down the street who always wins yard of the month, even though everyone knows his sister-in-law is the chair of the neighborhood committee. But I digress. So check the show notes below and back the Sprinkler Kickstarter so you'll be ready to rule the neighborhood next summer. That's it for this episode of Earth 911. If you have any suggestions, tips, or stories on ways to be eco-friendly, ping me on Twitter @JohnPose. Until next time, I'm John P.